Hello everyone, welcome back again to Liverpool Report today. We've got the latest updates on our beloved club Liverpool. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of Liverpool Report news. Let's get started. Liverpool fans are convinced that Trent Alexander-Arnold is set to stay at Anfield after Mohamed Salah's selfie gesture. The Egyptian forward has developed a habit throughout the current campaign of sharing a photo with Reds goal scorers in the dressing room, and he has shared those selfies on social media shortly after wins. But there was a notable omission over recent weeks after Salah failed to take or share a picture with Alexander-Arnold after his winning goal against Leicester at the King Power Stadium, a victory that edged Arneslot's side closer to the Premier League title. 3 days after the game, Salah has finally given fans the photo that they were waiting for. He shared a photo of him grinning alongside Alexander-Arnold seemingly at Liverpool's training ground. Some Reds fans are now sure that the defender is set to pen a new contract on Merseyside. One supporter said, "So it took you 3 days to upload the photo. Does it mean that Trent AA has extended his contract for 3 more years?" With another adding, "Looks like Trent changed his mind." A final optimistic Liverpool fan said, "This picture just gave me so much hope." But not everyone is particularly convinced. A more pessimistic fan wrote his last Salah selfie alongside a heartbreak emoji. Away from Salah, another of Alexander-Arnold's Liverpool teammates has also shared his view. Virgil-van-Dijk insists that neither he nor the rest of the squad have put any pressure on the academy graduate. "I think we forget that we are dealing with a human being," Van Dijk said. "Sometimes he goes through so many moments in the last couple of months and everyone will have an opinion on the way he's obviously been. There's a lot of noise around him and obviously everyone can argue if it's his own fault, but it's just part of life nowadays." He added, "I think he was under a lot of pressure already, so there's no point for me to put him on the spot." And Alexander-Arnold himself refused to comment on his future after the win at Leicester. "Look, I've said all season that I'm not going to speak on my situation," he told Sky Sports. "I'm not going to go into any details, but days like today are very special. Scoring goals, playing, winning games, being in title races, they are special moments that will live with me forever, and I'm glad to be a part of them." Liverpool will have to pay Benfica an extra £4.3 million if Darwin Núñez starts another Premier League match this season, it has been claimed. The Uruguayan's move to Anfield came with a number of add-ons for reaching certain milestones, but there's every chance the Reds don't end up paying the maximum. Núñez joined for an initial £64 million, rising to a potential £85 million if conditions are met. If Liverpool do end up meeting all those conditions, it would make him the most expensive signing in club history, topping the £75 million it took to sign Virgil van Dijk from Southampton in 2018. His time at Anfield looks to be nearing its end though. The 25-year-old has started just 1 league game since the turn of the year, at home to Southampton, and has been linked with a summer exit. The lack of any further starts could be down to the potential financial impact of such a move. According to Ebola, a 50th league start would trigger another £4.3 million payment after previous payments for 10 and 25 outings respectively. Núñez has started just 8 times in the Premier League this season, with a further 17 outings as a substitute. He didn't feature in either of the last 2 league games, missing out entirely against West Ham and remaining on the bench at Leicester, even as Liverpool went into the final 20 minutes with the scores level at 0-0. Liverpool manager Arneslot denied a bust-up with staff was responsible for the forward's absence against West Ham. He didn't feel himself the day before the match, and he went inside and he wasn't able to be part of the team the day after, Slot said, when confirming Núñez would return to the matchday squad against Leicester. Slot started with Luis Diaz through the middle at the King Power Stadium, with Mohamed Salah and Cody Gakpo out wide. Diogo Jota took the place of Gakpo around an hour in, but the double change 20 minutes from time focused on defence and midfield, with Trent Alexander-Arnold and Harveyelliott coming on rather than attack. Alexander-Arnold made a near-instant impact, scoring what proved to be the winning goal. The right-back is expected to leave for Real Madrid in the summer, and Slot spoke about him after the win. Special for him because he worked so hard to be back in the squad, and as a result of that he had a big moment today, Slot told BBC Radio 5 Live. It could end up being Alexander-Arnold's final goal for the club with just 5 league games remaining. I'm here for a year now, and all the players who wear the Liverpool shirt have a great reception from the fans, the manager added. If they miss a chance, score, whatever they do, we always have full support from our fans. I wouldn't have expected it any other way today when Trent come on. Tottenham boss Ange Postecoglou has warned Liverpool that his side are going to Anfield to win on Sunday. If Arsenal avoid defeat at home to Crystal Palace on Wednesday, then the Reds will be crowned Premier League champions if they beat Spurs. Postecoglou's side have nothing left to play for in the top flight, apart from attempting to avoid their lowest finish for 48 years. Instead, their focus is on the Europa League, where they have set up a semi-final clash against Bodo Glimt. The first leg will be hosted by Postecoglou's side next Thursday. The Australian has been dealing with a number of injury crises over the course of the campaign, and he named a much-changed side for the defeat to Nottingham Forest on Monday night. That defeat leaves them 16th in the table, a massive 42 points adrift of leaders Liverpool. The Reds are likely to have the added motivation on Sunday of claiming the final points they need to secure the title. Despite the two sides' differing runs of form, Postecoglou believes that Spurs can still spoil the Reds' title party. He has insisted that despite losing, his side can beat the runaway leaders if they replicate their performance against Forest. It's a bit of a balancing act, and we have to be smart about what we do, he said. We have to be ready for Thursday in a week with our players healthy. Good test against Liverpool, obviously. If we play like we did against Forest, but keep our concentration level where we should be, then we can give them a game. I don't think you saw a team that wasn't motivated. It's not like we lost because players chucked it in. If that's what people saw, then they're watching something different to me. I don't think they lacked motivation today because I thought our football was outstanding. But again, we've paid the price for lacking focus and concentration in key moments. Liverpool skipper Virgil van Dijk is well aware that his side cannot take a win on Sunday for granted. He urged his teammates to put their full focus into beating Spurs and against growing complacent. It's a great feeling to be in this position, something we don't take for granted, Van Dijk said, after the Reds beat Leicester. It's been, in my opinion, an outstanding season. A lot of good moments. A lot of good moments, actually. A lot of wins and good performances. Now we have the chance to finish it off on the weekend against a very good Tottenham Hotspur, in my opinion. We played 3 times already against them this season, and every game was very intense. We've got a week to prepare. If anything happens on Wednesday, then happy days. If not, then we have to finish it off, and we have to be at our best to do that. That'll be our main focus. To be in this position now, it's a good position, but we're not there yet. We all have to realise that, and we will. We'll make sure of that. It's a good week of preparation, and then we have to be ready. Clinton Morrison believes that Trent Alexander-Arnold's celebrations against Leicester City show that he might well be going nowhere after all this summer. The 26-year-old entered the fray of the King Power Stadium in the 71st minute on Sunday as a straight swap for Connor Bradley, making his mark just 5 minutes later with a thumping volley from his left foot. Alexander-Arnold then removed his shirt as he celebrated with travelling fans, as Liverpool ran out 1-0 winners and put themselves one step closer to lifting a second Premier League title. And while Alexander-Arnold is out of contract at Anfield this summer and has been strongly linked with a free transfer to Real Madrid, Sky Sports pundit Morrison doesn't believe he would have celebrated in such fashion if he was definitely headed away from his boyhood club. Speaking on BBC Radio 5 Live, Morrison said, "If you're leaving a football club, I don't think you celebrate like that." However, social media users were quick to disagree with the former Crystal Palace and Coventry star, taking to X to share their own take. One wrote, "Course you do," while another added, "Says who?" He given everything Liverpool and the fans slate the poor lad. So what? Leave the lad alone and let him enjoy his goal. He's still giving everything despite leaving. Poor from Clinton. A third, meanwhile, opined, "Yes, you would. You're not worried about where you will be next season when you score a goal." A strange claim from an ex-pro. Alexander-Arnold entered the 2024/25 Premier League campaign as one of 3 Liverpool stalwarts out of contract at the end of the season, with Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk. also having their futures questioned all season. However, both Salah and Van Dijk both put pen to paper on new 2-year deals at Anfield earlier this month, while Alexander-Arnold is yet to commit to the club beyond June. Alexander-Arnold also refused to comment on his future following the Reds' 1-0 win over Leicester, telling Sky Sports, "I have said all season that I am not going to speak on my situation. I am not going to go into the details. But days like today are always special. Scoring goals, playing games, winning titles, they are special moments for me, and I am glad to do my part." Meanwhile, manager Arneslot said of the Reds' talent during his press conference on Friday, "Let's see what the future brings," also remaining tight-lipped on the prospect of Alexander-Arnold returning to the COP in 2025/26. It comes as Liverpool are in touching distance of lifting the Premier League title. The Reds could have lifted the trophy on Sunday should Arsenal have ceded to Ipswich Town, only for Mikel Arteta's squad to keep one foot in the door with a 4-0 thrashing of their opponents. The Gunners face further pressure in their own race for the title come Wednesday evening, when they face Crystal Palace at the Emirates Stadium. Anything less than 3 points will see them unable to pursue Liverpool further for the title. Should Arsenal win once more, Liverpool will then be able to lift the title with a win against Tottenham Hotspur at Anfield on Sunday.